gonna ease through these with minimal effort if they can manage it. Zanel Hughes of England perhaps starts as favourite here. He goes in lane 4. Good draw that for the tall Zarnell Hughes, coached by Glenn Mills. There is Mike Makamba Nyangao, went out in his heats of the Commonwealth Games back in 2018. Has a gold medal from the African Championships in Mauritius, though. Set a national record with his Kenyan teammates a couple of months back. Benelli Simfiwe Dlamini of Eswatini, 21.46. He has lane 8. Nyangao goes in 9, remember. Aliou Diouf of the Gambia went out in his heat of the African Championships over 200 metres. Another man with a 20.2 best. He may struggle here. Singapore's Ruben Lee Song Yen won the Singapore title recently and has the national record, the 19-year-old, one of 3 teenagers in this third heat. Here is Obedia Timbasi of Vanuatu. Ran his heat in the 400s in here a few days ago, 51.62. No 200 time ever for him. And there is Zarnell Hughes, bronze medalist in the 4x100 relay in Eugene recently, ran the second leg for Great Britain. He was disqualified in the last Commonwealth Games final over 200 metres. We'll hope to get this campaign underway, and it'll be more successful than 4 years ago, the Englishman. Johnny Key of Samoa went out in the heats of the 100 here. He's a best of just 21.9. He's 18 years old, and inside him, Rakibul Hassan of Bangladesh, national champion in a personal best this season of 21.9. So Zarnell Hughes, very experienced season campaign of the 27-year-old Englishman in lane 4. Disqualified from the Olympic 100 last year. Has a record of a few disqualifications. He needs to watch this. Watch Hughes in lane 4 for England in the white vest. But for an athlete of his calibre with a best of 20.02, this is should be very, very comfortable qualifying indeed. Nyangao of Kenya, good athlete, best of 20.3, lane 9. And away they go. Zanel Hughes ripped past the man outside of Timbasi Vanuatu straight away and is storming around this bend. He loves the 200. This is his territory. Looks strong there in lane 4, doesn't it? Going well out in lane 9 too is Mike Nyangao of Kenya, but Zarnell Hughes winning this by 4 or 5 metres, and Nyangao about a 6 or 7 metre gap behind him. Now 20.30 with a 3.4 wind. Well, in the first heat the wind was plus 2.1. It was almost still air for the second heat, plus 0.2. And for that third heat, wow, plus 3.4. I think that's the strongest wind we've had of the entire championship so far. It's been gusting, and somehow it is today getting down into the stadium, onto the stadium floor, Kath. Or Steph, excuse me.
Well, I have to say, as a sprinter, it is so much fun to run with that kind of wind behind you. Now, you did say how much Zarnell Hughes took out of Timbasi in lane 5. I was actually chatting with some of the Vanuatu press team, and they were explaining that the Vanuatu athletes, when people have COVID, their arena was shut down because that's where they sent them to recover. So they've actually been training on their airport runway, which is okay because planes only land every 2 weeks, but they haven't been able to use blocks. So that might explain why his start wasn't as great as he would have been hoping.
Well, he looked remarkably smooth, did Zarnell Hughes, a man running with perhaps the feeling he hasn't done himself justice yet this season. Certainly the man who was 6th in the World Championships 100 back in 2019, 5th in the World Championships back in 2015 in Beijing over 200. He's got a good range, and I actually think he's worth better than his 20.02 personal best, which goes back to 2015. Zarnell Hughes, he should be one of those going quite a long way under 20 seconds. That's a nice run from him in lane 4, and he's a big tall fella. If he'd been out in lane 6 or 7, I think he'd have gone a little bit quicker. I'm wondering whether or not that's a bit extravagant, do you reckon, Steph, to run 20.3 and win by such a big margin?
Oh, well, as in, do you know what, if you were feeling good, you go for it. And I think it was really interesting to watch at the start. He had a huge smile with that reception, like he wasn't expecting it.
Zarnell Hughes wins then from Nyangao of Kenya. They both go through by right. Diouf 21.49, a long way back.
So I'm going to pop back into the field. Here we go.